Good morning, students. Good evening, students. Welcome back. Today, we'll be studying the new chapter, which you can see, that is sequence and series. Correct? So, let us start without actually waiting anymore. So, yeah, sequence and series. So, same procedure will follow. We'll do some concepts and then solve these questions. Main focus will be our question solving. Got it? Let's move. Yeah, sequence and series. Yeah. So let's see theory, what is meant by sequence and what is meant by series. So as you can see, we define a sequence as a function. One second, let me change the color. Yeah. We define sequence as a function whose domain is a set of natural numbers. So that means if A1, A2, A3, An is a sequence, basically any number which are written in comma, comma, comma is known as a sequence. And if we add those numbers, then it is called series. And lastly, if the terms of a sequence follow a certain pattern, then they are called progression. As you all know, we have arithmetic progression, geometric progression, and harmonic progression. We also have some more, but let us not go into that. Here, just know the meaning of progression. If the sequence of the numbers have a specific pattern, then they are called progression. So let's move on to the next. Yeah. First of all, we know is arithmetic progression. I think we have been studying AP from school, right? So let's again see what is an AP. AP is a number which can be represented by A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, and so on. We all know where D is the common difference and A is known as the first term. The nth term. These are some important list of formulas that we must know to solve the questions along with the meaning of the notations. So here, as you can see, the nth term is this a plus n minus 1 into d. Common difference is the term minus the previous term. Nth term from the end. Many a times we don't actually need to remember this, but still we have the formula. Here it is. We'll see in the numericals. If we don't know the formula, then also we can solve the question. This is a very important formula, sum of first n terms, as you can see. And if Sn is sum, then Tn can be, this is also a good formula. If Sn is given, we can obtain Tn by using this Sn minus 1. So these are the basic formula list for sequence and for AP. One second, I'll just. Yeah. So let's see one more. This is a normal note, you can say, not very much useful, but just an observation how AP looks like. So here you can see the sum of first and last term is equals to sum of second and second last term. You can easily verify it. If suppose this is my AP 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So sum of first and last term is 12. Sum of second and second last term is 12, and so on. This is an interesting observation for an AP that some of the terms are basically same if we add first last, second last, third last, and so on. Let's see the next. Yeah. Now the theory of AP is over. As you know, AP, or you can sequence and series, is basically a very algebraic kind of chapter. So that means we need to know the formula, and if we know the formula, we just have to solve and get the answer. No need to use extra like out of the box thinking here is required as such. We will see some questions where we need that type of thinking. But here, let's start with basic and then we'll go a level up. We also have many previous or JE questions with us. So we'll solve also that, and you will see that sequence and series is one of the most basic algebraic chapter which we can, or in the 11th standard. Let's see. So we can see, one second. Yeah. Sure. This is the question. So the third term of an, I'll move this side. I hope you can see the question. Yeah. The third term of an AP is 18. That means T3 is equals to 18. And the seventh term is 30. So T7 is equals to 30. We have to find the 17th term. 17th term means T17 equals to question mark. A very simple question of your NCR. So what is the formula of T3? It is A plus n minus 1 into D. So can I directly write as 2D is equals to 18. Similarly, here I can write A plus 6D is equals to 30. Equation number 1 and equation number 2. So if I subtract this 2 minus 1, what I'll get? Equation 2 minus equation 1 implies I'll get 4D is equals to 12. So I got D equals to 3. And if I got D equals to 3, then substitute D equals to 3 in 1. I'll get A plus 6 is equals to 18. That means A is equals to 12. Simple. Let's find T17 here. What is the formula for T17? It is A plus 16 into D. What is A? A is 12, D is 3. So 12 plus 16 into 3, which means 12 plus 48. I hope it is clear. Answer is 60. So this was a very basic question asked in NCERT. Let's see the next question. I hope it is clear. Yeah. So like we'll continue our what we say the flow. That means I'll give you 1 to 2 minutes to read the question and solve it in your mind. Or if you don't have books and pen, I think you all are on vacation of Diwali vacation. It's fine. You just need to think the steps. But if you have an books and pen, it will be very good for you. We'll solving some questions on sequence and series. So yeah, I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes. For this, I'll give you 1 minute, right? You must know this is a very standard question. Also, these type of questions are asked. Yeah. So after reading the question, we can see the sum of 3 consecutive terms. And if you know, we have a like we can say we have a predefined method or predefined terms which we can assume if the terms are 3. So if our terms are 3 of an AP, so we can say let the terms be A minus D. I hope you remember this, A and A plus D. So let the terms be these 3. Now, what is given sum of these terms? So first one, condition 1, it is given A minus D plus A plus A plus D is 15. As you can see, D gets cancelled. I'll get 3 is equals to 15. That means A is equals to 5. Clear? Next is sum of their squares. Sum of their squares. So let's square them and add. So A minus D the whole square plus A square plus A plus D the whole square is 83. Let's open the bracket. This get A square minus 2AD plus D square plus A square as it is plus here A square plus 2AD plus D square equals to 83. Is something getting answered? Yeah. Here we can add A square, A square, A square. I'll get 3A square plus 2D square is equals to 83. As we know the value of A, let us substitute here. So I'll get 3 into 25, correct? Plus 2D square equals to 83. Let me move here. Yeah. So 75. So I guess 2D square will be 83 minus 75. So that means what is 83 minus 75? It is 8. Right? So that means D square is 4 and that means D is plus minus 2. What I require is find the terms. That means I have to find these terms. So let's say for D equals to 2. For D equals to 2, the first term will be 5 minus 2, 3. Second term will be 5 and third term will be 8. And for D equals to minus 2, what will be the first term? A minus D. That is 7, 5 and 3. So these are my answers. Again, a question of NCERT. You can easily solve this. I'll move away and let you look at the procedure. This is basic algebra, and I hope you know ki, let me tell you, like if algebra का basic rule क्या है कि if we have two unknowns, then we need two equations to solve, and we can get those two equations from the conditions given in the question. Got it? So that means here there were A and D, two unknowns. So I needed two equations, the first one and the second equation. So that means I got two conditions, condition 1 and condition 2 from the question and solve it. So always look for these such hints so that we know how to solve and where we are going while solving. Because as we move forward, the calculations will become more tedious. So you have to remember at the back of the mind कि हाँ ये calculation मैं किसके लिए कर रहा हूँ. So we did this calculation to find A and D. So we have to always keep in mind that I do this calculation in A and D or for A and D. Correct? Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Now the question, good questions of AP starts. You can see here, actually, yeah. Any ideas? I hope you have done it. So first, let me write something here so you'll understand it. This actually is a standard result. We remember that sum of n terms of an AP is given in this format. Now this format looks like 3n square and 5n. So this is a format, or we can say sum in terms of n square and n. So how can we get this as? We know that Sn of AP is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So if I multiply n, I'll get 1 by 2, 2an plus n into nd minus d. Let us also multiply half. So I'll get an plus n square d minus nd upon 2. So I guess I'll take n common from first and last term. So I'll get a minus d upon 2 n plus d upon 2 n square. If I rearrange this, I'll get d by 2 n square plus a minus d by 2 n. And if you can see this, it is exactly in that format. This is the sum of n terms of AP. This is also the sum of n terms of AP. So that means we can easily equate both. And if I equate both, you can see comparing n square ka coefficient, I'll get 3 is equals to d by 2. So that means d is equals to 6. So simple. Similarly, I'll get a minus d by 2 is equals to 5. D is 6. So that means a minus 3 is equals to 5. So I'll get a is equals to 8. Now, if in an AP we have a, we have d, first term common difference, then you can find whatever you want. You can find whatever you want. Here it is given mth term is 164. So what does this mean? That Tm is basically 164. I can write Tm as a plus m minus 1 into d is equals to 164. What we have to find? We have to find the value of m. Let's substitute value of a and d. So 8 plus m minus 1 into 6 equals to 164. So m minus 1 into 6 will be equals to 156, right? So m minus 1 will be equals to 156 by 6. If I cancel it, 6 to the 12th, 26 I'll get. That means m is equals to 27. So which term is it? It is 27th term of the AP is 164. This is a process, important process to remember. I don't like, if you can remember this, it is very good. It help you improve the speed. But you know, if it is not necessary to remember, as we know, it just took like hardly 10 to 15 seconds to find this value, or to, you can say, derive this value. We already have many formulas to remember. So if you can remember this, it's very good. Or else you can anytime derive it. Correct? So this is the important part. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. This is a very good question. Obviously, this is very good question. That means previous year question. Previous year question has started, by the way. Yeah. Same thing. I'm pausing, like I'm not offline. I'm pausing 1 minute, giving you 1 minute to understand the question and to at the back of my mind think, yeah, what can we do here? Please remember, think as I told you. How do I told you? You see the number of unknowns, get some equations and solve. This is the basic rule of algebra. So here, the first statement says the ratio of sum of m and n terms of an AP. What is meant by sum of m and n terms of an AP? That means he is saying basically Sm upon Sn is equals to m square upon n square. This you can say this is condition 1. So let's write Sm. Sm is m by 2 into first term plus last term. I am using the different formula because I'll substitute the value of am after this. Don't worry. The AP is same. That means the first term will remain same. First term plus last term is equals to m square upon n square. So here you can see 2 gets cancelled. One of the m will get cancelled. One of the n will get cancelled. So let's now substitute the formula of am. It is a plus m minus 1 into d upon a plus n minus 1 into d is equals to m upon n. So if I cross multiply now, let us simplify this. What I'll get? 2a plus md minus d upon 2a plus nd minus d is equals to m upon n. Now, while solving, please remember what is our aim. Aim is required. The ratio of mth term and nth term we want. We want this. So what does that mean? What I'm solving this for? I'm solving this to get an equation. When I get an equation, I'll substitute it here and I'll get the required. Basically, every condition, if you can see, as I told you in the previous sum, अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चन में A और D मिल गया AP के क्वेश्चन में, GP में A और R, so if these two things I get, most of the sums will be solved because sub formula are based on A and D. Now, that means if you remember or recall the previous sums, what we did in those sums is we always got A and D. So basic aim in the question of AP, basic level पे, एकदम basic level पे, it is to get A and D. And to get A and D, we need equations. And how do we get equations? From conditions given in the question. I am repeating this because I want कि you hammer this into your mind so that we'll solve. बहुत लोगों को ये solve करके क्या मिलने वाला है वो पता ही नहीं होता है. So that means they are diverting from the question. So here we know we are fighting for getting the values of A and D. So that means if I cross multiply, I'll get 2an plus m and d minus dn is equals to 2am plus m and d minus md or minus dm, let's say. So here m and d will get cancelled, right? Let's take the terms of m on one side and d on other side. So I'll get 2am minus 2an is equals to dm minus dn. Let's take 2a common, m minus n equals to d m minus n. See, that is what I was talking about. That means a is equals to d upon 2. Every time you will get a condition which will be largely will get a relation between a and d, because a and d मिल गया तो बाकी सब ap में जो भी चाहिए वो मिल जाए. Now what we have to prove this? Let's prove it here. The ratio of mth term. So I want tm upon tn, and I have to prove it like this. So what is tm? It will be a plus m minus 1 into d upon a plus n minus 1 into d. Let's substitute the value of d. D is 2a. D is 2a. Right? Yeah. Let's substitute d equals to 2a. So a plus m minus 1 into 2a upon a plus n minus 1 into 2a. We can take a common and it will get cancelled. So I'll get 1 plus m minus 1 into 2 upon 1 plus n minus 1 into 2. So open the brackets. I'll get 2m minus 1 upon 2n minus 1. Hence proved. This was the required. See? So this is the basic knowledge. I hope you all know this. Sequence and series में मेरा thought process तो यही होता है कि I am usually getting the values of a and d, or equation in terms of a and d. Got it? So let's move on to the next question if it is clear. AP ka, I think we have one more question, yeah. And this is a PYQ JEE. I hope you can see it. Is it visible? I guess, yeah, it should be visible. Okay, fine. Chalo. Let's read and same thing, same logic. The questions on JEE will also be solved on the same logic. That is AD nikalo. Bas khatam. If we cannot get A and D, get a relation between A and D, right? So here, I hope you have read the question. AP is given. A1, A2, A3 are in AP. Such that I have a condition A1 plus A7 plus A16 is equals to 40. So let's use the formula. This is the first term. The first term is A. This is the seventh term. So A plus 6D, 16th term. So A plus 15D is equals to 40. Please remember, back of the mind, we need A and D. So here I'll get 3A plus 21D is equals to 40. I can take 3 common. A plus 7D is equals to 40. So I'll get A plus 7D is equals to 40 divided by 3, equation number 1. Now what are they asking? They are asking sum of first 15 terms. That means they are asking S15. Do you remember S15? It is n by 2 into 2A plus 14D. So n means 15 by 2 into, if I take 2 common, I'll get A plus 7D. And to your surprise, what is A plus 7D? It is 40 upon 3. So that means 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 15 into 40 upon 3. 3 5s are. And this means answer is 200, which is option A. Option A. So these simple questions comes in sequence and series. No need to worry anything. Got it? Chalo, let's see now GP. We have more questions, but we'll do after completing the theory part, mostly in tomorrow's lecture. Again, what are we planning to do today? Today we are planning to do AP, GP and AM, GM, HM, the means, right? From tomorrow we'll do that summation of special series and AGP, correct? So again, let me repeat, what are we trying to do today? AP, GP and the means, arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. Tomorrow we'll be doing mainly questions on summation and AGP. Yeah, so look at this. What is a GP? Ratio of two consecutive terms is always same. GP is represented by this. Same, A is the first term, R is the common ratio. Nth term is this. I told you I no need to remember nth term from the end. Sum of first n terms, very important formula. And if R is less than 1, mod R basically, then we get S infinity. What is S infinity? Sum of infinite terms of the GP. I hope this is clear. Now these are some notes. Not like, sir, just for theory part I've added here. No need to remember it. Just look at this. You can read it. That if A1, A2, A3 are in GP, then log will be in AP. Why log? Because log converts product into addition. This one, the same we did for AP. Second point is the same. AP में क्या था? First last का sum is equals to second last का, third last का, and so on. So in AP we talk about sum addition. In GP we talk about multiplication. That only it is saying the multiplication of first and last term is equals to multiplication of second and second last, third and third last, and so on. That is what it is saying. Again, an interesting observation for GP. याद रखना, AP में we talk about addition, GP में we talk about multiplication. So this is it. I think GP में और ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. So let's see the question. Again, we'll start with NCERT and then we'll move to JW. This is a very basic question. Same. Let me again repeat that what are we usually using solving for A and R. GP है ना, GP में A and R. Correct? So whatever the equations we get, we are gonna get from condition. So don't forget, at the back of the mind, we always need A and R. Let's start. The fifth term of GP is 1 by 3. That is T phi is 1 upon 3. So what is T phi? A into R raised to 4 is 1 by 3. Equation number 1. Second, it is given ninth term. So T9 is 16 by 243. What is T9? A into R raised to the power 8 is 16 by 243. This is equation number 2. What I can do with 1 and 2? I'll divide it. So A R raised to 8 upon A R raised to 4 is equals to 16 upon 243. Divide करूंगा तो flip होके multiply हो जाएगा. Correct? Here A and A will get cancelled. I'll get R raised to 4 is equals to, what is this? 381. So 16 upon 81. That means R is fourth root, na? So I guess 2 by 3. And you can write plus minus. Even power chada hai na? That means it will come in plus and minus. See, we got R. Now how to get A? Substitute in 1 or 2. So if I substitute in 1, I'll get A into plus minus 2 by 3 raised to the power 4 equals to 1 by 3. That means A into 16 by 81 is equals to 1 by 3. I'll cancel this, 27. So A is 27 by 16. Simple. What do we require now? We require the fourth term. Fourth term means T4 is A R ki power 3. What is A? It is 27 by 16 into R is plus minus 2 by 3 raised to the power 3. That means 27 by 16 into plus minus 8, right? Upon 27. So I'll cancel this. 8 1 that, 8 2 the 16. That means my answer is plus minus half. Correct. So the 15th term can be plus half or minus half depending upon what we select R. If R is positive, then the fourth term is plus half. If R is negative, that means fourth term is minus half. Correct? Clear hai? Chalo, let's see the next. This is also a good question. A1, A2, A3 and B GP, right? So it is ratio is given again. What are we usually solving for? A and R. Please don't forget. Correct? So A4 upon A6. I can write A4 as A into R raised to 3 upon a into r raised to 5 is 1 by 4. A will get cancelled. I get r square equals to 4. That means r equals to plus minus 2. Simple. And second condition is a2 plus a5 is equals to 216. What is a2? A into r plus a r raised to 4 is equals to 216. Correct? a2 right ना? हाँ, r का वैल्यू रख दो. So I can say a into r plus r की power 4 is equals to 216. So let's say if r is equals to 2, right? If r is equals to 2, so I'll get a into 2 plus 16 is equals to 216. That means a is 216 upon 18. 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are. So a is basically 12. And if r is equals to minus 2, so I'll get a into minus 2 plus 16 is equals to 216. So that means a is 216 upon 14. आता है क्या 14 का टेबल? 14 ones are 14, 76. 9 I think. मेरे को ही नहीं आता है. So is it divisible by 14? No, it is not divisible. We can mostly divide by 7, right? So, sorry, 2. So if I divide by 2, 108 by 7. So either A is 12 or A is 108 by 7, depending on what we select, R. Correct? Again, a nice question or a simple question on GP, just to warm up करने के लिए. Yeah. Again, a good question. Not good, I mean simple logical question. The third term of a GP is 4. That means T3 is 4. That means AR square is 4. The product of the first 5 terms. So I guess we can avoid using this. Why? Why I am avoiding? Because first 5 terms. So similar to AP, we also have GP. Like how to assume terms in GP. AP में क्या था? A minus D, A plus D. So same, I can assume the 5 terms in GP as A upon R cube, A upon R. Forward? Yes. I guess it will be A upon R square. A upon R, A, AR, and AR square. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. It is even third term. That is A is equals to 3. The product of first 5 terms. So A by R square into A by R into A into AR into AR square is equals to question mark. So यहाँ से तो R square and ये सब cancel हो जाएगा. I'll get A raised to the power 5, which is 3 raised to the power 5. 3 raised to the power 5, 9, 27, 81, 243. So it is 243. Very simple question. खाली फॉर्मूला याद आना चाहिए बस. Let's see the next. Yeah. Same thing again. I am saying we want A and R basically. In a GP of positive terms, there is a GP here where any term is equal to sum of next 2 terms. So that means first term is equal to sum of second term and third term. So that means I have to assume 3 terms. So that again we can assume it as A upon R, A and AR. 3 term assume करना है ना. This is the first term. This is the second term. This is the third term. What is the question saying? Any term is equal to the sum of next 2 terms. So that means A upon R is equal to A plus AR. I can cancel out A. So I'll get 1 upon R is equal to 1 plus R. Let us cross multiply. I get 1 is equal to R plus R square. So R square plus r minus 1 equals to 0. What we have to find? Common ratio. That means r. अरे r की quadratic आ गई है. r की quadratic को क्या कर लो? We'll solve it. I think you notice it is not factorizable. So I can write it as r is equals to minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So I got r is equals to minus 1 plus minus root 5 by 2. Now remember, there are two values of r, but they have given positive terms. That means all the terms in the GP are positive. If all the terms are positive, that means r cannot be negative. That means my final r would be positive, which is plus wala part, not minus wala, because negative one will make it negative. This is the value of r, minus 1 plus root 5 by 2. Clear? Please look at the question. All good? Just understand the language. This was the important part. We needed 3 terms. So if we need 3 terms, that means I can write the 3 terms as a upon r, a and ar. Let's see the next question. So I hope you read it. What it is saying is, here is the ground and the tennis ball, which is 10 meters above, it is thrown down. So when it's thrown down, it again bounces to 5 meters. Then again bounces to 2.5 meter and so on. So this means at some point the ball will stop bouncing, and when the ball stops bouncing, the distance covered by the ball by bouncing will be 0. So that is, it is saying find the total distance it travels. So as you can see, first when I drop it, it will travel 10 meter or meter, yeah, it is meter, 10 plus. Then after bouncing back, it will bounce to 5 meter, then again drop 5 meter. That means 5 meter is 2 times. Similarly, after 5 meter, it will again bounce to 2.5 and again go down 2.5. So 2.5 is also 2 times, and then it will go half, 1.25 and so on. Right? So यहाँ से I can see this is 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 2.5 and so on. What is this? This is a decreasing GP. This will be infinite times. Why infinite times? Because it will keep on doing that until the ball stops bouncing. This is an infinite GP. What is the first term? It is 10. What is the common ratio? It is half. So do you know the formula of infinite GP? A upon 1 minus R. That means I got 10 plus 10 upon half. What is this equals to? 10 plus 20. That is basically 30 meter. Find the total distance. So what is the total distance it travels? It traveled 30 meter before it stopped bouncing. Got it? Yeah, it was a good question to interpret it. The main thing was when the ball bounces back up, it'll cover 5, and again when it goes down, it'll cover 5. So it'll cover 5 2 times, 2.5 2 times, 1.25 2 times. But in the first bounce, it'll only cover 10 because it didn't came back up. ऊपर से ही छोड़ा था, एक ही बार 10 आया. I hope it is clear, right? Let's see the next. And we are back with previous year questions. I am sorry for the quality, I guess. Actually the pixels are very large here in the screen. I need to take care in the in the next lecture. Okay, no worries. So I'll read the question. Don't worry. The sum of first 4 terms of a geometric progression is 65 by 12. That means let me write it given information. Sum of first four is 65 by 12. And the sum of their respective reciprocals is 65 by 18. So first, I guess we need to assume the terms. So let the terms be AR, AR cube, AR की power 4. According to first condition, it is given sum of these all. A plus AR cube plus AR raised to 4 is 65 by 12. Now again, let me remind you, what are we finding? A and R. Please keep in mind. This is, I can take A common. So 1 plus R plus, I guess, R square or cube 1. This should be R square and R cube. Sorry. AR square, AR cube. R square, R cube is equals to 65 by 15, 12. Equation number 1. What is condition 2? Sum of the reciprocals. सबको उल्टा करके ऐड करना है. तो 1 by A plus 1 by AR plus 1 by AR square plus 1 by AR cube is given as 65 by 18. So यहाँ से I can take 1 by A common. क्या मिलेगा? 1 plus 1 by R plus 1 by R square plus 1 by R cube is equals to 65 by 18. So if I take LCM, I'll get 1 upon A. LCM क्या आएगा? R cube आएगा, right? I'll get 1 plus R square plus R cube is equals to 65 by 18. Can you see something? This is the same value here. So basically, I think we can put it value here, right? So 1 upon A into 65 by 12A into R cube is equals to 65 by 18. 65 will get cancelled. 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18. So I'll get A square into R cube is equals to 1 by 6. Correct? Let's mark it as equation number 2. I hope I am correct, right? A square R cube will be equals to, sorry, 1 by 6 नहीं होगा ना, 3 by 2. Yeah, cross multiply. The third is the product of first 3 terms. These are the first 3 terms. So if I product or multiply them, I'll get A cube R cube is equals to 1. This is equation number 3. Just divide both the equations. 3 divided by 2. So 3 divided by 2. So what I'll get is A is equals to 2 by 3. See, I was telling कि हम लोग हर क्वेश्चन में A और R को ही ढूंढते हैं. So even in JEE question C, it is as simple as that. A तो मिल गया 2 by 3. So what will R be? R will be 3 by 2. A cube R cube is 1. That means AR is 1. So R will be 3 by 2. And find क्या करना था भाई? Third term is alpha. Third term को alpha बोला है. So T3 is basically alpha. So that means alpha is equals to A into R raised to the power 2. That means 2 by 3 into 9 by 4. So that means basically it is 3 by 2. Alpha is 3 by 2. 2 alpha पूछा है. So 2 alpha is 3. This is my answer. 2 alpha की value पूछी है. तो 2 alpha की value is 3. I hope it is clear. So this is what I was talking about. कि आगे जाएंगे वैसे कैलकुलेशन थोड़ा लेंदी होते जाएगा, बट एट द बैक ऑफ द माइंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर ए और आर चाहिए, बात खत्म. चाहे एपी हो, एपी में ए और डी, जीपी में ए और आर. सो यू विल फाइंड द क्वेश्चंस वेरी सिंपल टू प्रोसीड. करेक्ट. लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट. या Very easy question, obviously asked. What they have asked is, we have to find this 1 upon, let me write 2 raised to 4 into 1 upon 4 raised to 16 into 1 upon 8 raised to 48 into 1 upon 16 raised to 128 infinite terms. Very simple. क्या लिख सकता हूँ मैं इसको? 2 raised to 4 into 4 को I can write 2 square. Correct? हाँ. Into 1 upon इसको write I can write 2 cube. 2 square raised to 16. 2 cube raised to 48. 2 raised to 4 raised to 128. Oh, I think I got the question wrong. It is actually, sorry guys, my mistake in reading the question. Yeah, actually ऐसा है ये 2 की पावर 1/4 हाँ इंटू 4 की पावर 1/16 इंटू 8 की पावर 1/48 इंटू 16 की पावर 1/128. या ये कहाँ तक जा रहा है? इनफाइनाइट टर्म्स. सो सेम हम लोग ने क्या किया था? 2 की पावर 1/4 रहेगा, इसको आई कैन राइट 2 स्क्वायर, राइट? सो इट बिकम 2 रेज टू 2/16. इसको आई कैन राइट 2 क्यूब, इसको आई कैन राइट 2 रेज टू 4 up to infinite terms. So let's cancel out this. I'll get 2 raised to 1/4 into 2 raised to 1/8 into 2 raised to 1/16 into 2 raised to 1/32 into infinite. By using indices, I can write it as 2 raised to 1/4 plus 1/8 plus 1/16 and infinite term. You can see what is this? This is a infinite GP with first term is 1/4, R is 1/2. So what will be its sum? Its sum will be A, which I'll write it 2 afterwards. हाँ, इसका sum क्या होगा? A upon 1 minus R. So that means 1/4 upon 1/2. That means 1/2. So what is my answer? 2 raised to 1/2. That means √2. अच्छा, this is option first. First option. Correct? I hope it is clear. Infinite GP है ये. Infinite GP का sum है, add हो रहे हैं. So A is this, A upon 1 minus R. I got half. इसका वैल्यू, सर्कल का वैल्यू हाफ आया है, तो पूरे का वैल्यू क्या हो गया? 2 raised to the power half. Is it clear, guys? Let's see the next question then. Yeah. Arithmetic mean. I think we have like 5 minutes remaining hardly. So will not be, I think, एक दो क्वेश्चन इसके हो जाएंगे. ठीक है? We'll continue tomorrow along with summation and AGP. Arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean क्या है भाई? If 3 terms are in AP, then arithmetic mean is the middle term is sum of first and third plus second. Please see. If small a say B are in AP, then capital A1, A2, A3 are n arithmetic means between A and B. Remember this here, the D is B minus A upon n plus 1. I hope you remember it. D ना अरिथमेटिक मीन, अगर दो नंबर के बीच में बहुत सारे n अरिथमेटिक मीन्स किए तो वो AP बन जाएगा. एंड इफ वो AP बन गया तो उसका कॉमन डिफरेंस क्या होगा? B माइनस A अपॉन n प्लस 1. लास्ट टर्म माइनस फर्स्ट टर्म. बट इट इन जनरल अगर दो नंबर नहीं है, वी हैव इनफाइनाइट और n नंबर्स. n नंबर्स का am क्या होता है? सम ऑफ ऑल नंबर्स अपॉन टोटल नंबर्स. बेसिकली मीन होता है, वही है सम ऑफ ऑल अपॉन टोटल. लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट ज्योमेट्रिक मीन. So if 3 numbers are in GP, that means the middle number will be square root of first and third. सेम अगर A और B दो नंबर्स है उसके बीच में n ज्योमेट्रिक मीन्स आए, सो एक वो GP बन जाएगा, और वो GP कैसा होगा? इट विल बी A, G1, G2, Gn एंड B। अभी ये GP का कॉमन रेशियो क्या होता है? B अपॉन A, लास्ट टर्म अपॉन फर्स्ट टर्म, रेज टू 1 अपॉन n+1 इज डायरेक्ट रिजल्ट। कॉमन रेशियो क्या होता है ये GP का? B अपॉन A रेज टू 1 अपॉन नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स प्लस 1। गॉट इट? एंड सेम अगर हमारे पास n नंबर्स है तो n नंबर्स का ज्योमेट्रिक मीन क्या होगा? मल्टीप्लाई दीज टू रेज टू द पावर 1 अपॉन n। एंड लास्टली वी हैव HM। HM के क्वेश्चंस आर रेयरली आस्क्ड, सो if ABC are in HP, then B is called harmonic mean, and then B will satisfy B is equals to 2A upon A plus C. You can see here B is equals to 2A upon A plus C. I hope you know harmonic mean का मतलब क्या? अगर इफ अ सीक्वेंस इज इन हार्मोनिक प्रोग्रेशन, दैट मींस उस सब टर्म्स के रेसिप्रोकल्स विल बी इन अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन। सो आई पर्सनली डू नॉट थिंक कि हाँ हार्मोनिक प्रोग्रेशन का क्वेश्चन है। आई पर्सनली थिंक कि एपी का ही क्वेश्चन है। व्हाई? बिकॉज सब टर्म्स को रेसिप्रोकल कर दो तो एपी बन जाएगा, एंड वी नो वेरी मच वेल अबाउट एपी। करेक्ट? लेट अस डू 1-2 क्वेश्चंस। अच्छा हाँ, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट relation between geometric mean, harmonic mean and arithmetic mean. First is G square is A into H. This is very important. Most of you all must have used this to find range and all. Inequality के questions आते हैं ना, minimum value, maximum value, ये कभी use करने का, min और max value, range पूछा है, inequality आता है, तभी हम लोग basically use करते हैं। यूजुअली ये क्लिक नहीं होता है, बट स्टिल दिस इज द आइडिया टू रिमेम्बर कि मिनिमम मैक्सिमम वैल्यू का क्वेश्चन आया तो AGH यूज करना है। या लेट्स सी वन क्वेश्चन एंड देन विल एंड आई गेस। ओके चलो, ऑब्वियसली एनसीईआरटी XYZ आर इन AP। अगर 3 numbers are in AP, that means 2y will be equals to x plus z. Equation number 1. We have to show this. So let's write LHS. LHS में see 2y की जगह पे x plus z लिख सकता हूँ, तो x plus z minus z into x plus z minus x into x, sorry हाँ x z plus x है ना, z plus x. What can I write? y as x plus z by 2 minus. ऐसा क्यों किया मैंने? बिकॉज इट इज सिंपलर। मेरे वेरिएबल रिड्यूस हो गए ना। यहाँ पे पहले एलएचएस में कितने वेरिएबल थे? 3, x, y एंड z। अभी तुम लोग देख रहे हो तो कितने वेरिएबल्स है? 2, x एंड z। सो इट बी कैलकुलेशन विल बी सिंपलर। तुम लोग ये सब्स्टिट्यूट कहाँ पे भी करो, किधर भी, बट कैलकुलेशन सिंपलर करने के लिए इट इज बेटर टू प्ले विथ 2 वेरिएबल्स रादर देन 3 वेरिएबल। सो यहाँ से z कैंसिल, आई गेट 2x। यहाँ से आई गेस x कैंसिल, आई गेट 2z। यहाँ पे इफ आई टेक एलसीएम क्या मिलेगा? x प्लस z बाई 2। ये माइनस पूरा है ना ऐसा, हाँ। एंड अगेन व्हाट इज x प्लस z बाई 2? तो 2x 2z। x प्लस z बाई 2 क्या है? y. This is basically 4xyz, which is equal to RHS. Hence proved 4xyz. Correct? So yeah, thank you all for today. I hope you got something from this lecture. As we said, we'll be covering the remaining questions of AM, GM, HM and AGP and summation in tomorrow's lecture. I hope to see you tomorrow as well. Thank you all. Bye bye. Take care.